Welcome back to Cryptos R Us. I'm George. We're all George. So, happy Saturday. Today, let's talk about a couple different things that's going on. Of course, for Bitcoin, the secret indicator flips green, which is, of course, very bullish. But let's also talk about Solana. The pump continues to go higher. It's up another 20%. What is going on with Solana? I'm going to try to explain. And let's cover more things in the space today in this stream. All right, let's do this. Welcome, guys. Happy Saturday. Today, not too bad at all. Bitcoin did not move. Bitcoin and ETH are holding steady. But yeah, Solana is up another 20%. And it just keeps ripping higher. It's $62 now. It's amazing. And then you have others that are doing well today too. You got Dogecoin that's up almost 9%. Polkadot that's going up 9%. You got SHIB now coming in 12%. You got a lot of major movers, but today we got to talk about Solana because man, it just keeps on going. So what is going on? I'm going to try to explain a few things, okay? Classic trading's like, give me legit SOL price prediction 2025. I mean, at this point, it could be $200 the way it's going. I'll get to that more during Q&A, man. Let's just jump right into it. I usually start with Bitcoin. Let's just start with Solana. What's going on? I mean, look at this. Look at this headline just from yesterday. Solana hits 17-month high above 54. What's next? What's next is it goes up another 20%, and then now it's at 62. This was written a day ago. Now we're a day later. The articles haven't updated yet, right? And Solana just keeps going higher. And let's not forget, just a week ago, it was in the 30s, and you know it literally has doubled, more than doubled within the last 30 days, 190% within the last 30 days. That is crazy. Okay, there's a couple reasons. I mean, there's not one definitive thing that's causing Solana to skyrocket, but there's a few things that's adding up. Okay, number one is if you look at institutional interest, Solana is actually the second biggest. In terms of inflow, in terms of money coming in, you could see, okay, this is from CoinShares. This was as of a week ago, November 3rd. So this probably has changed a lot. But even then, look at the year-to-date inflows, okay? Bitcoin, obviously, a big daddy. Ethereum is actually negative for the year. There's actually a lot of money being moved out of Ethereum. But what's second biggest? Solana. I mean, that's pretty big, right? So you have big institutions now coming in for Bitcoin, of course, and you have some inflows for Ethereum, but overall, year to date, Ethereum is still negative. You have a whole bunch of media from institutions coming into Solana. Why is that, though? You know, I don't know. That's a strange phenomenon. Obviously, FTX, this whole thing, maybe because a lot of institutions, they were just fearful, just like retail investors. A lot of people fearful about FTX dumping, right? But now FTX is supposedly restructuring and they're going to be re-released again. So maybe the fears about dumping $1 billion to Solana has alleviated and it's no longer on the table. And most of that they hold are staked and locked in, so they can't even dump even if they wanted to. Also, FTX staked some of the Solana they had on hand, which could have been dumped, but they staked in instead. So I guess that also reassured people. And plus, SBF, you know, he's guilty on all charges, so now people are thinking maybe he can't be screwy with Solana anymore, unless he's using up all his remaining funds at home right now buying up Solana. I'm just joking about that. But, you know, so this is number one. Okay, you got a whole bunch of people coming in. Number two, I hate to say it, but, you know, meme coins may be involved here. Well, at least one, Bonk. Bonk is the SHIB Doge of Solana. It's been out for a while, but it's starting to gain a lot of traction. You know, when there are pumps, when there's a lot of money coming in, retail investors want to get in, and they usually get in the meme. That's why all the meme coins are doing well. Doge is doing well. Shiba is doing well. Bonk is doing well. I'm sure Pepe, if I look them up, they're probably doing well too. So this could be a driver. I've always said this. Meme coins are a gamble, but they're a people driver, okay? They drive a lot of people, especially in bull runs, into the market. I can't tell you how many people I met in 2022, and when I asked them, how did you get into space, they said sheep. I mean, 2021 and 2022. I mean, she brought in so many people in 2021, 2022. It's unimaginable, right? And I'm sure Pepe brought a lot of people in, and maybe Bonk is bringing a lot of people into Solana. That's the reason why it's going up along with Solana. So I was pulling up the chart here. The last 7 days, Bonk is up 280%. Even more so than Solana's 7 days of 47%, right? That's huge. That's huge. Still 150 million market cap, so relatively small. Maybe Bonk goes and does a Pepe and goes to $1 billion. I don't know, but that could be a major driver as well, right? Meme coins, you can't discount them. Another thing, a couple other things that definitely helps is TVL. You could see this, you know, within the last month or so, you could see the number of value locked onto the chain is going upwards in a big way. Really big way, right? So that means money is coming back in. People are staking again, and people are trading, and with volume going up, obviously that's good overall, right? But does this really explain the 20% jump? No, but Solana, as it grows and develops and matures, it definitely needs a lot more TVL. Right now, it's really trailing some of the big dogs like, you know, Arbitrum, Polygon, Ethereum, obviously, right? But if it wants to be a true ETH killer, it's going to need a lot more TVL, right? So that also is looking good. And then, you know, I wanted to see what dApps are being used right now. Maybe there's a hot dApp that's really, or game that's really driving things up besides Bonk. Well, I'm looking at the top ones. A lot of people have asked me before about, you know, move to earn like STEPN. They are still the biggest dApp on the platform behind or ahead of Star Atlas, which doesn't seem to have a lot of momentum right now. So maybe people are out and about using the app and causing, you know, a spike in volume and more people to get involved with Solana. I don't know, but STEPN is also doing quite well. The last 24-hour overall market cap is quite big, so maybe that has something to do with it. You know, like I said, there's really nothing that explains Solana's like crazy pump. There's a lot of little things, but there's not one definitive thing that's like, oh, okay, that makes a whole lot of sense, right? It's just a whole bunch of things, and that's why it just continues to go up. And obviously, FOMO's building. That's why I'm making this video. A lot of people are curious about it. That's the reason why, right? It's all stacking up. And if you're really bullish about Solana, I found Crypto Caesar. This is what he thinks is going to happen, that the next major resistance is going to come around $77. So that's another 20% from over 20%, 25% from our current level. It broke out of this downtrend. Next level could be $77. And according to Caesar, by 2025, Solana could be at $460. Then it could go into, no, that's the beginning of 2025. Beginning of 2025, it's 415. Then it's going to go to 667. Then by the end, they'll probably head up to $1,000. This is according to Crypto Caesars, not me. But hey, it could happen. In bull markets with so much money, with institutional money now coming in, crazier things have happened before. Okay, so if you want price predictions, there you go. All right, outside of Solana, what else is going on? Like I said, there's a lot of major movements right now, right? Bitcoin is still holding strong above 37,000. That's good. right? That's really good. It's consolidating, it's waiting, and then it's going to make this next leg up. So that's what we want to see. But as for Bitcoin, what's going on with Bitcoin? Well, Michael Saylor, he's doing a lot of interviews, attending a lot of conferences, and of course saying what Michael Saylor would say, which is Bitcoin demand is going to go up by 10x within the next 12 months. That's not a surprise. In bull markets, this bull market, Bitcoin could go up a lot higher than 10K, okay? So just wait until the end of 2025. Then we'll see what true demand looks like. And he's like, you can never have too much Bitcoin. We're big Bitcoin bulls. Well, I'll just say the first part. You can never have too much Bitcoin. I agree with that. I think the point of crypto is a game of accumulation, specifically Bitcoin, because it's the only one that will be around, I think, forever. I could say with certainty that Bitcoin will be the big daddy and still be around in 20 years, 30 years, 50 years. I can't say the same thing about Solana or Ethereum or anything else because they're technology companies, technology chains, and they get replaced by others, right? But no one will replace Bitcoin as the ultimate true store of value and hedge against inflation. So you can never have too much Bitcoin. That's true. But as for Bitcoin's movement right now, according to Plan B, hey, we are at the stage right before things get really, really hot. We're at the blue color, and you can see blue color is right before usually red, and red is when things really heat up, and then we top out at yellow. So obviously we're in that blue stage right now. We're about to enter that red stage, which probably will come right around the halving event, and that's when things get really, really crazy, right? So we're like right there, right before the massive climb in 2024. And you know what? It may even start earlier if we get some spot Bitcoin ETF approvals around the corner. So yeah, it's looking good. Here's another one that's looking good. This is another chart. This is on a monthly scale. And according to Mustache, we haven't seen this kind of bullishness since 2016. This is that secret indicator that flips green, okay? We didn't even see this happen in 2021. We saw this happen in 2016. That's why a lot of people think our current cycle now really mimics the 2016 cycle, not the 2021 cycle, okay? Because 2021 was just kind of screwed up by COVID. But right now, if you look at it, we have broken through this SMA 20, right? And what happened last time we did this, very, very, very bullish things happened. Bitcoin went from $300 to $20,000. That's what's happening right now as we head higher to 200,000 plus. And something else that's really interesting, and this relates to why a lot of the alts are now starting to move. Stable coins, okay, for the first time in 1.5 years, according to this chart. First time in 1.5 years, the 90-day change of stablecoin supply just flipped positive. What does that mean? That means there are definitely a lot of money coming in to the space. A lot of big institutions are buying stablecoins. And I've shown you guys this. Stablecoins coming into the market. We see stablecoins flow into Binance by the billions, right? That means, again, why, a lot of things are going up. Bitcoin's going up, alts are going up. This explains it. Explains it perfectly, right? And if you are altcoin maxi, well, just look at that. The market cap of altcoins starting to ramp up. We're at the same point back in July of 2022 when we had a temporary mini altcoin season, right? We're right there. Are we going to blow past it? Or are we going to come back down a little bit as Bitcoin gets stronger? Maybe both happens. Because not every altcoin is skyrocketing right now. Just some. Not everyone. But predominantly, of course, the strength is still in Bitcoin. But you have a few exceptions right now. But Bitcoin is still leading the way. I don't think that's going to change. But that doesn't mean that it's a bad time to be DCing into alts, right? Tomorrow Sunday walk video will be quite interesting. I haven't thought about what I'm going to talk about yet, but it's going to be interesting. It's going to be good for sure. Well, I would argue all my videos are good, but it'll be special. All right, let's do some Q&A. Oops, I didn't mean to show that. All right. Scrolling up, could they be thinking it's the next ETF? I just don't see Solana having a spot ETF anytime soon. Brooklyn Girl, new member, welcome. Welcome. Real-time new member, welcome. A lot of new members, a lot of memberships being given out too. Tej says, show some love for CRO. I can't. I never liked CRO, and I don't think that's going to change. Where's CRO? CRO going up a lot. Oof. CRO even up more than Solana. I don't know. I just can't get behind CRO. Maybe I'll change my mind if I realize that there's actually some good things going on. Is there a good stable coin? Is there a good, I don't know, meme coin? Are there good dApps? Are there good games? You know, last time I checked, it was a no to all these. Avalanche is also having a big day, up 12%. See, these are the ones that I've been telling you guys about, besides CRO, because I still don't talk about CRO. But you know, the big projects I've been telling you guys about, things like Polygon and Avalanche, I've been talking about forever. And same thing with Chainlink, not nearly as much, but these are the ones, the L1s and L2s, that I've always talked about and said, these are the ones to concentrate on, right? And they are the ones, obviously right now, people are concentrating on. That's why they're doing so well. Yeah, so I'm glad. I'm glad to see a lot of these move in a big way. Speedy asked about Avalanche. Do you think we'll see $60 Avalanche by Christmas? No, that's too much, man. That's like a 4x from here. We're gonna see 400x Avalanche by Christmas? No. Can we see a $30 Avalanche? Maybe $35 Avalanche? Maybe $40 Avalanche by Christmas? Yeah. Maybe it can happen. But $60, now you're just being a little too greedy. I have looked in Raydium before. They're like the largest DeFi play. They're the largest DEX, I believe, on Solana. They have never done well. I don't even know Raydium's. Do they even have a symbol? Oh, there we go. Ray. Wow, Raydium is shooting up. Basically, it makes sense. Anything on Solana is going up right now. Only 101 million market cap. That's really low. That's pretty low. Something to pay attention to. This and Boink, to be honest, they're relatively cheap. Okay, 100 million for Raydium, which is the biggest DEX. And then you got Boink, which is the biggest stable coin. I mean, not stable coin, meme coin. That's only 140 million. So those two could be good. Real time upgraded. Awesome. Ricardo, too much institutional excitement for BTC is making me suspicious of a dump after a spot Bitcoin ETF. I'm keeping dry powder ready to load up again. You know, I would normally agree with you, but just look at what happened after Cointelegraph's fake approval. You know, that kind of kicked things off. I don't think we're going to see maybe long term, it could be a bad thing, but short term, I can't see it being a negative thing. There would be too much enthusiasm, too much money flowing in short term to watch it dump. This is, yeah, and this is like, this is not what do you call it? Short term hype. JSN 15 dot by Christmas. Like 3x, a little bit less than 3x. That could happen. I see that's reasonable. It could happen the way we're going. And a real-time upgrade again. Hosky fan, do you think Cardano has what it takes to survive the coming bull? Has what it takes to survive? Come on, man. Cardano is in top 10. I don't know what you mean by surviving. Anything in the top 10 is not only surviving but thriving. Again, this is, again, they're at 13.7 billion market cap. I don't know what you're referring to. Are they going to be, you know, are other projects going to jump past Cardano? That could be possible, but Cardano's not going anywhere. And it'll do just fine in the bull run. Andrew, is it too late to buy in? You never want to buy in anything that pumps like 20% in a day, right? Like right now, it is retracing a little bit. It went up to like 62, and then now it's down to 59. But I don't think anything's going to stop the Solana train. But anyways, if you go get in, you know, wait for a consolidation or pullback before you do so. You never want to jump in something that's up 20-something%, right? FOMO is a real thing, and people want to just jump onto the bandwagon, right? Like right now, if you jumped on a CRO bandwagon, for sure that'll come down because that's up almost 30%. FTT tokens, certainly you should not be jumping on a bandwagon for FTT. Just people love to FOMO, right? The fact that FTT token is still worth 1.6 billion, up 370% in the last 30 days, that's a clear example of something that you should not FOMO in right now. Unless you just want to take a huge, giant gamble and you think it could go up more, but, you know, just be prepared. It could go down really fast. You got Phantom that's also doing very well today. Decentraland is doing well as well. And same thing as Sandbox. So Metaverse plays are doing well. You got Celestia that's pumping. I would not be going into that. PancakeSwap up 15%. That is solid. Blur is starting to make a lot of moves too. 180% in the last 30 days. I don't know what Ordi is, but this is crazy. 566% in the last 30 days. I mean, it just kind of, it does feel, some of these are feeling like a little too iffy. I have seen periods before where you have just random alts skyrocket because the whales are playing a lot of games, getting people to FOMO in. And then we have seen a market correction afterwards. I'm hoping this is not one of those times because, yeah, now we're starting to see a lot of these things really skyrocket out of nowhere. And they don't really have any reason to explain them either. So many smart contract projects don't play. Shady Luke. Okay. I think I missed out on a lot of... Okay, here we go. Noah, just a random meme question for you. Do you think Bonk being a Solana meme coin could be a mini SHIB, you mean? No, you just missed it. You must have came in late because I actually did talk about Bonk. And it's going up like crazy. So, it could definitely be a driver. Yeah, I don't know if it's going to be a mini SHIB. But, you know, 244% of the last 7 days. Can it keep going? Sure. Solana gets stronger. Can it happen? Yeah. Speedy, yes. Stop asking about $60 avalanche. If it happens and I'm wrong, great, good for you, but I don't see that. I don't see it by Christmas. Do you think Elon Musk is creating a contingency plan with all the industries that he's invested in, protect us against government price manipulation, and will Doge be a big part of that? I'm going to say no, 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 and no to everything that you just said. Elon is not protecting that. Protecting price manipulation against the government. No, he's not concerned about that. He himself is arguably the biggest price manipulator, if you think about it. Ayrton Iran. Thoughts on using super chats for a second DCA portfolio of DGen plays? No. I am thinking about hiring, or just not hiring, but getting a host to cover nothing but meme coins on CRU Plus. So that could be fun, right? So if you want a DGen plays, that'll be it. Steven says so much tribalism in this chat. Yeah. And crypto is always like that. People want to shield their bags and protect their bags at all costs, and they feel like if they don't, somehow, some other bag is going to win out. That's why you diversify, right? You don't have to be a ETH maxi or XRP maxi or Solana maxi. You could be holding all of them. You don't have to just have one. Rob asks, would you rather transfer BTC into a dividend portfolio and pass that on to your kids so they get yields, or would you pass on and Bitcoin to them? Well, eventually I have to pass them on to someone, so yes, to my kids. But right now, I'm helping them just acquire Bitcoin. I really think anyone that has small kids under 10, it's important to make them understand what Bitcoin is. Maybe they don't, but it's important to get them to start DCAing. If you could get your kids to DCA, just think about it, for 10 years, 20 years. That's way longer than any of us DCA'd into Bitcoin and crypto, because it didn't even, wasn't around for that long. So if you could get your kids to DCA, say 20 years, by the time they're out of college, or if they go to college and they're in their 20s, they'll be centimillionaires. I really, truly believe that. They have time on their hands. What do you think about $120 AVAX at cycle peak? Now I think that could happen. Avalanche was at 120. It was above 120 in 2021. So what are the odds of a 120 at this cycle peak? I would say very, very good. Nothing's a certainty, but I would say a 90% chance. Avalanche is doing great things. I just can't see them faltering from here to the end of 2025. So I think they're going to reclaim that. I mean, this is a clear example of how much gains are left on the table. Okay, Avalanche at $15. They were at $130. That's almost a 10x. So that's an 8x, right? So, I mean, a lot of people want meme coins that do 100 million X's, but 8x is not shabby. That's just to get back to its previous high. Okay, and most likely this cycle, it's going to go higher than that. So after it hits 130, it'll probably head to 150, maybe even $200. So now we're talking about over 10x, 12, 14, 15x, maybe even 20x. 20x is a big, big jump. Big jump, right? I mean, you're talking about $10,000 becoming $200,000 and $100,000 becoming $2 million, right? So don't discount these big caps. There's still a lot of money on the table just to get back to its previous highs. Jay Fettel, would love to hear your thoughts on Algo. I'm not the biggest Algo fan, not I'm just not. Hosky, email me if you're serious. George@cryptosaurus.com. Let's see. We pull up the chart for Cryptex Finance ETX and give an honest opinion. No, it's a 6 million. It's a 6 million market cap coin. So no, you don't chart anything that's 6 million in market cap, because any whale that buys in will just blow it away. It has nothing to do with what the charts are saying. PIP is the next coin to pop on Solana. What's PIP? $8 million, still way too small. I mean, it could happen, but it's just too small. They are on KuCoin though. That's crazy. Yeah, they were at 30 cents before. Dot needs to do a 10x according to Greg. There's a lot of Dot fans. I'm just not a big fan of Dot. Let's see where they were before. Man, they were at $55. Yeah. They need to do a 10x just to get back to previous high. Can it happen? Sure. I'm just not a big fan of Dot, though. Scrappy Loco. Last time he told me to do what I want, I worked a second job. I now have an extra 1K a month, and I have 6K cash. I was going to use it for engagement ring next year. Advice. Hey, if you don't get married next year, then congrats. You're saving up for the ring. Continue to do so. If you're asking me for advice, if you should put that in crypto, I would say no. I can't give that advice to you. You have to decide that. But I will say I'm very bullish on crypto, right? But you decide what to do. If it's something important like that and you're saving for ring, then you should honestly just save it for the ring, right? And then use extra cash to put into crypto as an investment. So, but you decide. Price prediction for VeChain. Well, VeChain has to go like a 10x too to get back to previous high. So I think that. Let's see. VeChain, yeah, it's like 24 cents. It needs to do a 10x too. Dave, since it's Moonvember, no, it's Pumpvember. It seems like Bitcoin should run soon versus alts, like 40, 45K. Yeah, keep in mind, October didn't really happen until like the second half of October. The first half, people were like, what happened to October, right? And then it started coming. So, obviously, Bitcoin started moving already in November. But, yeah, you know, it's getting ready. We're already at 37,000, okay, which was a point that looked very impossible to get to when we were at 35,000 and looked more impossible to get to when we were below and hovering in the 34,000s, right? So obviously we're doing very well. But next up, if we pump a little more, it'll be 39,000, right? That could happen within the next few weeks. BDC, creeper, then boom. I don't disagree. What's your view on Neon EVM? It's a L2 on Solana that allows for Ethereum to run dApps on it. I have heard of that before. That'd be interesting. To entice, basically, it's like an L2 for Ethereum running on Solana. Entice dApp makers to come aboard. I haven't really looked into it, though. 29 million, 30 million. Okay. Not on the greatest exchanges. But I like the premise of it. I like the sound of it. Grow with the best from 2 Chainz. Yeah. It's not really a L2. It just takes parts of Ethereum and kind of like converts it. So if you're like a ETH dApp, you could use Neon EVM instead of regular EVM. Yeah, this is actually just scaling the virtual machine part, not the chain part. Interesting. I don't know. It's not a very sexy project, but can I do well? Sure. It's like an infra play. And Bullsember is coming. Yep, Bullsember is coming. I mean, we're moving pretty well, right? Santa Rally's coming. Yes. Can you answer my question in chat real time? What question? I just saw you kept upping your membership. What? I don't see it. Luka is like the whole Clippers team. I don't know what's going on with Clippers. You got 4 guys that should be doing very well. You still have Kawhi, Paul George, and then you got 2 of the older guys, Harden and Westbrook. But you got like 1 Luka that basically outperformed all of them combined. Luka is just unstoppable at this point. If you pair them, if you somehow got Luka and Jokic on a team, that team will win like 10 championships. They're just like, they're not the flashiest players and, you know, not the most athletic players, but they just know how to play. They just really know how to play. At this rate, my future child might actually have a home. Yeah, you know, home sales, I mean, home prices are so high now versus even 3 years ago, and way higher versus 20 years ago. Like, I don't know how the new generation can actually afford to buy houses. It just seems like it's impossible for them. But yeah. All right, guys. I think that's it for this Saturday. You know what? Bitcoin is holding. But like Michael Saylor said, you can never have too much Bitcoin, okay? Just keep loading up, keep stocking up, waiting for the next leg up. That's going to come soon, sooner than any of us realize. And why is Solana going up? I don't know. It just keeps going up and up and up. Maybe because of Bonk, maybe because of Radium, maybe because of the growing TVL. Or maybe because people just love it so much and they're just FOMOing in, right? But it's looking good, guys. So have a happy Saturday. And I'll see you guys on Monday. But tomorrow, I will do my Sunday walk video. Real Time says, I keep putting my question here, but nothing. I don't know what you're doing. I see your question. I see your super chat. So I don't know what you're trying to type. Maybe next time. All right. Have a good one, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.